Now, did you ever notice oftentimes what keeps us from moving forward is not really the giants of the future, but oftentimes what keeps us moving forward is that the regrets that we're holding on from the past. Oftentimes, what keeps us moving forward is not the fear of the future, the fear of the unknown. Oftentimes, what keeps us moving forward is that we have so many things in our past that is so difficult for us to let go. And I think that's a second reminder for us today, Paul, that if you're the type of person that you're saying that, Lord, I want to be able to tell stories. Stories of how we sang a while ago, the battles that you have won for us. Lord, I want to be one of those that I want to tell the stories of, you've parted waves for us. Lord, you've done miracles for us. Lord, you've allowed us to walk on the waves. I want to tell those stories as well. Maybe some of us, God is reminding us, anak, we need to let go of the past. Now, oftentimes, did you realize this? We cannot expect 2021 to be different if we don't let go of some things from the year 2020. And as God had begun to say to Joshua, I promise you, as I was with Moses, so I will be with you. Question, what does Joshua do? Ever realize that he has God's promises, he has God's presence with him, he has God's assurance with him? What does he do? He doesn't just kick back and just do nothing. Oh, God promised me this. God is going to give me this. He doesn't kick back and just sit back in the sofa and just watch how things unfold. No, he doesn't just, disengage from life. He doesn't detach himself from the battle. He suddenly, even more now, engages himself in the battle. Engages himself with the life that God had intended for him. And I think you and I, Paul, God had given us dreams. God had given us plans. Even some of us, we feel inside our hearts that God is saying, anak, be clear with your direction. Anak, what type of person do you want to become? There's this story of a woman, Paul, that I'd like to share with you. Someone that was just so clear on what she had to become. Her name, Paul, is Osceola McCarthy. And people say that she's just known for one word. She's known for laundry. In Tagalog, labada. Now, if you were to ask yourself, what is the one thing I want to be known for? What is the type of person that I want to become? I don't think many of us will answer the word, I want to be known for laundry. But look at this woman, po. Osceola McCarthy was famous for it, or at least what she did with the $150,000 US. Of the $250,000 that she saved by washing the clothes of wealthy bankers and merchants in her home in Mississippi, for decades she would just earn 50 cents per load. But when she laid down her old washboard, now imagine, she preferred washboard over electric washing machines. When she laid that down eventually, she decided to ask her banker how much money she had stowed away. The figure astounded her, and then it set her to thinking. I had much more than I could imagine in the bank. So she explains, I cannot carry anything away with me, so I thought to give it best to some child to get an education. To the astonishment of school officials, the soft-spoken, never-married laundry woman gave $150,000 to a nearby university of southern Mississippi to help African-American young women and men attend college. The first recipient was 18-year-old Stephanie Bullock, a freshman at UCM, who had already invited Miss McCarthy to her 1999 graduation ceremony. So this story was in the year 1990s, and can you imagine how huge $150,000 was during that time? To date, Ms. McCarthy had been interviewed by Barbara Walters, each of the major network news programs, CNN, People magazine, and the list goes on. Though she never traveled out of the South before, McCarthy visited the White House where President Clinton awarded her the Presidential Citizen Award, discounting the publicity. She says she's just simply grateful for the chance to help others gain what she had lost. When she was asked, what do you mean by that? She explains, in 6th grade, I was pulled out of school to care for my family and to help my mother with the laundry. And as she tells reporters when they ask why she didn't use the money on herself, why didn't you use the 150,000 US dollars for yourself? She answers by saying, it's more blessed to give than to receive. I've tried it. And having that kind of attitude, believing that our life is not a waste. I mean, imagine 87 years old already at that time. And in 6th grade, you had already stopped your education. I mean, how many of us will be able to say, on 6th grade, this is the type of person I want to become? How many of us will be able to say, this is the direction that I want to take, and I want to be as clear as possible? Because oftentimes, it's not the activity, but oftentimes, it's the promises of God in the activities that we do that will allow us to journey with Him and tell more stories in the future. And that's the first point. We have to decide what type of person we need to become. Look at the second thing we can learn from, the second key from the life of Joshua. It's to be committed with your decision. We have to be committed with your decision. And here's where the rubber meets the road. What discipline will we start today that will change our story forever? What discipline will we start today that will change our story forever? I like so much Craig Groeschel in his book, The Divine Direction, from which this series is actually based on. He wrote, after you have a sense of what God wants you to want, where do you begin? What discipline do you need to start practicing to head toward where God wants you to get? Now, just how many things? Just one thing. You'll be tempted to pick 3, 4, or even 10, but don't. Whatever you do, pick how many things? Just one thing. Because if you pick more than one, what's going to happen? You likely won't achieve any of them. But if you select just one, you can absolutely start writing the story God wants you to write. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. Also, in the description box below, we have discussion questions for you to share with a friend, or visit our website at pinnaclevillage.org. Catch us live every Sunday at 10 a.m. We hope to see you there.